There is evil there that does not sleep.
Hello, hello, hello. So this is our Skyrim load order for March. Now remember, this load order is still being tested. I have made some changes, and we haven't had enough time. I've not had enough time to test everything as much as I would like. So I don't want you to think that everything is perfect and ready to go. I think a lot of things are good in this load order, but we may have some trouble. So I just want to hold off until I get a chance to play it a lot more and see if there are some issues that need to be worked out. But this is the load order I'm using, and there are a number of good things here. Some things I've used a lot before, but at the same time, there are some significant differences from past load orders, and I want to point some of those things out. And those are the things that we're testing really more than others. But of course, I'm using 138 mods, so you just saw that. I am being plagued by the image glitch. Nothing I can do about that. So that's just the way it is. I'm still using the animated armory and happy little forest, which is trees and shrubs. Now we're down at the bottom. I'm going to go back up. And then we'll talk a little bit about a few things that, to me, are really being tested, whereas a lot of these other things we've used a lot before, and I'm not, I really don't have any concern about. So, just so you're aware of that. But there are definitely some things that, we're testing, I haven't played with a lot before, and we'll see how those go. So we'll just keep ticking back up here. The Mighty Dungeons is one that we're testing, and we need to test the Solstheim dungeons, that dungeon pack. And then when we head up this way, we need to test out the tougher dragons and enemies and more of them and see what happens with that. And then, of course, there's the whole idea of this. Well, there's the happy little forest and the little bark, and the whole idea of all these mods together. We really have to remember that when you combine, 100 mods, that there's a chance that even if you don't see it right away, at some point you may stumble across something that was missed. Maybe a tree here or there that has some sort of weird glitch or something like that. That's going to happen when you're, playing and testing with hundreds of mods. Your game may work perfectly fine, and then you stumble, for hours and hours, and then you stumble across one minor graphical thing. Is that worth trashing your whole game over? That's something you have to decide for yourself. For me, it depends on what it is and how bad it is, So I try to be as reasonable as I can be, and I don't expect modders to be superhuman, Happy Little Forest updated, and then the Skyland tree bark for it. We're trying that out for fun. You know what? I didn't mention, wasn't there a Skyland furniture mod? Let me see. Did I include that here? I thought I did. Let me see if I can find it. Maybe I didn't. Okay, maybe I didn't include the Skyland furniture mod. There is a Skyland furniture mod. Oh, don't move that. Rats, I didn't mean to hit that. I hit the wrong button. Hold on. I'm going to do a quick search for Skyland, because I thought there was a furniture mod, but maybe I couldn't add it here. So maybe that's just the way it is. It's something that was not here when I was, there's Skyland furniture, and it's about 45 megabytes, and I wanted to add it, Oh, as you can tell, I don't really have enough space for it. That's the problem. I could eliminate something and add it, but I'm trying to test this. If I have to make changes, I may go ahead and do that. But for right now, I'm going to leave it alone as is. So there you go. That's something that I was looking at, but I wasn't quite able to do what I wanted. Let's see. Is there anything else here? Pardon me, I was being texted. Let's see, there's this, the tougher dragons and enemies and more of them. Testing this to see how it goes. This is supposed to, make your game a little tougher, a little more fun. So, let's see. This is a newer mod, but it does the same as a previous mod we used to have. I think it was called More Females or something. Anyway, I am doing this armor rating enchantment just for fun, so you can add armor protection through an enchantment to your rings and anything that you can enchant with that enchantment. So it's pretty good. Let's see. I did switch to the Great Cities, but that's not new. Solstheim Dungeon Pack is newer. I want to try some of those. And then the Mighty Dungeons, I want to play around with this. This is a mod, pack, and does a number of different things, and it's more than I can really cover in just like a show. So it's something I'm trying to include in our game that we can play around with, and maybe I can do a little bit of a show for it, but there's just so many things here that would be difficult to work into a show. It would require hours, and no one's going to sit through a show of mine that's hours long. I mean, that's just a fact. Anyway, let's see. We have all those. This is just my favorite Nord War armor combination. If I take these old mods here, and I say they're old, and some of them are older than others. They're not the newest, latest mods that some people have put up. But these are by like Raxinate, and I think this is Gogs. Gogs is in the Xur 7. Okay, that's the best I can do. And then this is just for fun, just to make the glass armor look a little different, a little darker, a little, I don't know, maybe a little cooler, depending on your definition of that. I like these variations. This Daedric armor variation, I like that. That image doesn't really reflect how the armor looks, in my opinion, but still. Let's see, anything else? I've been using these for a while, and these are not anything new. The ZZJs, those replacers are not really new, and I've done a show on some of those. Serana I've done a show on this. I liked that, so don't be surprised. I'm doing these two small hair packs because I think they're both good. This gives you what does this give you? Does this give you 3? I think this gives you 3 female hairs, and this gives you 4 male hairs. So I like most of them, so it's pretty good. I like to keep it simple, so I'm not using too much space just for hair. Anything? I'm not even using the HD beauties of Skyrim. I'm just using the regular because they look good. So, newer stuff here. The only newer thing here is the animated forge water. Everything else is pretty old. Yep. Okay. So that's really it. So that's our load order that we're working with and testing. I want to make sure we're clear. It's still being tested. And I just wanted to cover the main things that I thought, are worth mentioning that are being tested. And probably the most questionable thing, and I don't mean that to be insulting, but is this, because any mod that adds people and enemies and stuff to your game has a chance of giving you some trouble, okay? So I'm not saying that it does. I'm saying that it has a chance to do that. But so far, I would say the game has been pretty good. They've rebalanced a lot of the zones, and they've tried to make bandits better and different things. So we'll see over time how this works out. All right? Because that's my main difficulty mod right now. Some of the other things that I mentioned, they're really just textures. These are just textures. Well, trees have meshes, but you know what I mean. It's not the same as going in and changing the rules of the game and how things spawn and how things are in that regard. And then these should be okay, but like this one, the Mighty Dungeons, it actually affects, it includes a mod that affects vanilla dungeons to some degree, and it does other things. Let me see. Let's take a look at this real fast. Maybe I can cover one or two things it does real fast. I think it changes your dragon words around and things like that. You'll never know where the original content for Standing Stones, Word Walls, and etc. are, as they have been relocated. So they're moving stuff around on you. So they're changing some things. Previous dungeons, existing mines have been completely changed. Nothing is the same. So they're trying to give you a lot of variety, but in doing that, they're changing a lot of things. So we'll see when we play, how that works out. All right. And the idea is to make you have to re-explore and to find things again. So it's a cool idea. So that's why I'm including it. And that's why I want to use that as we play through, and hopefully it'll make the playthrough videos more interesting, because we won't know where everything is. Okay? All right. I think that's everything I can mention right now without going on way too long. I may have already done that anyway. Thanks for watching. Hope you have a wonderful day, and I will catch you later. So I want to acknowledge these people who directly support the channel. I really do appreciate that. And I really do appreciate everyone for watching the videos and interacting. This has been an OwwThatSmarts production.
So long.